Hey, what's living universe? My name is Zander. This is the first time you're ever seeing me on this channel in the flesh. I'm joined by Ray Wood, and today we're doing something a little different on this channel. We're doing Money in the Bank predictions. Zander, why do you have the classic NXT Championship? Well, 3 years ago when Ray and I stopped doing videos together, I ended it as our predictions champion, and so I'm starting it as our predictions champion. This Money in the Bank match card has 6 matches. We are adding a 7th bonus prediction to it, which I will get to in a moment's time. And the loser has to do a song cover of Randy Orton's 2004 theme song, "Burnin' My Light." It's gonna be something. So Ray, are you ready for this?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be, Zander.
All right. So the first match, we're going to climb the corporate ladder when it's Asuka versus Shayna Baszler versus Nia Jax versus Lacey Evans versus Carmella in the Money in the Bank ladder match for the Women's Championship at WWE HQ in the Climb the Corporate Ladder match. Who do you have?
I got Lacey Evans.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like she's very popular. She's very fan favorite right now. A lot of people seem to connect with her, and I think that if you give her not a title, but something just below that, aka the Women's Money in the Bank briefcase, I think you could really build up to more of a championship level for her, and I think you could really build her up. And also, right now, WWE wants to do the more popular decisions at the moment, because they want to grab more viewers, because it's their only income right now.
That is true. I have actually been watching the current product. Ray has taken a bit of a break from it, if I can remember correctly.
Yeah.
Apparently they're advertising that on Raw the night after Money in the Bank, Becky Lynch will be confronting the Money in the Bank winner, which makes me think it'll be a Raw person. WWE and Vince McMahon apparently seem to be very high on Asuka right now. Kairi Sane's on her way out, so I think they're going to give it to Asuka to give her that big push back towards a singles competitor area.
I just don't think they're going to do Asuka versus Lynch again.
Maybe not again. I think maybe Shayna could take the belt off of Becky, and this could be how you get into Shayna versus Asuka. But maybe that you could say I'm a dreamer, but
We've seen Asuka versus Becky a lot.
Yeah. All right. Well, either way, Ray's picked Lacey Evans. I have picked Asuka. Let's move on to the second match, which is going to be. I mean, this is the hardest one to call, guys. Bayley defends the SmackDown Women's Championship against Tamina.
Bayley.
Yeah, I mean Bayley. That's the obvious option.
This is just another stepping stone to eventually get to Bayley versus Sasha, because for some reason it's taking Vince McMahon. He's not just doing a slow burn for this feud. He's doing a slow cooker.
He's forgotten.
A crock pot for this feud.
I think he's forgotten this feud is happening.
like it legitimately feels like not just like a low simmer. It's like you put like the crock pot on the lowest setting possible and just threw them in here. I am so ready for Bayley versus Sasha.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So we've both gone for Bayley, but you could see WWE putting it on Tamina. I could see them doing it just to spite us.
Never.
Well, Ray, nobody is meaner than Tamina. Anyway. So, up next, we have the SmackDown Tag Team Championships in a fatal 4-way match. The champions, The New Day, defending against Miz and Morrison, Hey Hey Ho Ho, the Forgotten Sons, and the Lucha House Party. So 3 factions and a tag team. Who do you have?
I got Miz and Morrison.
I think Miz and Morrison are getting the straps back.
Yep.
I think I'm inclined to go with the New Day on this one. I don't think it's time for the Forgotten Sons yet. I think the Forgotten Sons will be the ones to take it off the New Day. Apparently WWE is high on them or something is what I've heard. I've also heard that they just brought them up out of necessity. It could go either way.
I think Miz and Morrison are coming back because Vince loves his older tag teams, and the Dirt Sheet is a really old tag team from a long time ago, as in when I first started watching wrestling, and I've been watching wrestling for a long time. So it is something to me where I feel like he just wanted to bump a rating, so to speak, by having the New Day win, because the New Day are extremely popular.
I think that there's this whole hacker storyline going on saying the truth will be heard, and they've been showing stuff about tag teams. I think Miz and Morrison are going to be breaking up, and we're going to get a riveting Miz versus John Morrison feud, because that's what we all want, clearly.
long as the Miz is the heel here, I don't care.
That's fair. Okay.
I think the Miz can make any storyline work as long as he's the heel.
But yeah, so if my prediction wasn't there, I can't remember if I said it, but New Day is my prediction.
Yeah,
so we differ yet again. Okay, so one of the 2 world title matches. Drew McIntyre defending the WWE Championship against Seth Rollins. I think this is a pretty obvious one. I'll go first on this one. I think Drew's got this one. It's his first defense.
Yeah, Drew's got it.
Yeah, I mean, unless your name is Daniel Bryan, you pretty much always win in your first title defense.
Yeah. But, I don't know why. Do you know how long they've been planning for Seth to fight Drew post-Mania?
Apparently for a while.
Then why did you have Seth lose at Mania?
Because the babyfaces had to win at Mania, don't you know?
To me, that is to me the most bugging part about this feud is the fact that, let me turn on my brightness a bit so you can, yeah, there we go, better contrast. Okay. So to me, it's the most annoying part about this feud easily is the fact that Seth is coming off a major loss at the biggest show of the year, and he's immediately going into a title match against the new champion who just beat Brock Lesnar. To me, it doesn't make much sense. And if you were playing this for a while, you should have put Seth over at Mania. I love Kevin. Kevin Owens is awesome. Unfortunately, he has a foot injury now, so you couldn't even do Kevin versus Drew if that was the plan. I think it'll be a good match, though. I think Drew McIntyre is ultimately going to win because I feel like Seth winning after a loss at WrestleMania would be stupid.
I agree, and I do think it's way too soon to take the belt off of Drew. Okay, but up next, the other world title match. Bray Wyatt, not The Fiend, versus Braun Strowman for the Blue Universal Championship. Excuse me.
That has been by far your biggest point of contention this show, was right, that was not Bray Wyatt, but was The Fiend. You've brought that up a lot.
It is Bray Wyatt, not The Fiend, and that does bug me.
Do you think that means they're going to keep the belt on Braun?
I do. I think it's going to be Mr. Rogers, Bray Wyatt coming out all happy, let me in, all that stuff. I think Braun's going to murder him. And then we'll get Bray turning into The Fiend for SummerSlam.
Yeah. I think Bray's going to win. I think what's going to happen is Braun's going to beat up Bray. Beat him 6 ways a Sunday, up and down, all around. Braun Strowman, Braun! Shoulder barges, knocking people into everything. 1,000 miles in the air. But I think right as he's about to finish it with a running power slam, lights cut out, Bray Wyatt has now become The Fiend.
Let's see, I think what you're forgetting is this is WWE. They think The Fiend and Bray Wyatt are 2 different people, so that would be considered a DQ for some reason.
Let's hope they fix that stupid rule.
That's fair. Okay, and so our final match that we're going to predict, the men's Climb the Corporate Ladder Money in the Bank ladder match, where you have to climb the corporate ladder to get the Money in the Bank briefcase on top of WWE HQ when you climb the corporate ladder. Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio, Aleister Black, King Corbin, Otis, and AJ Styles. AJ Styles, of course, replacing Apollo Crews. So I've gone first these last couples. I'll let you go ahead and go.
I don't know who's going to win this match, honestly.
I feel like there's only one person who won't, or only 2 people who won't win it, and I think those 2 people are Rey Mysterio and Otis. I don't see either of them winning it.
Yeah. I think Otis is probably going to get taken out by Ziggler at some point in the match.
Maybe.
As it's a continuation to that storyline.
Well, apparently also...
let die.
Also, apparently this and the women's one are going to take place at the same time. I'm all in for that.
Okay. King Corbin.
Really? You think Corbin's getting it again?
I think King Corbin's going to do it. I think they've put a lot... No way, he just lost to Elias.
Well...
So that's not gonna... No, I can't accept that as a possibility.
Aleister Black. Yeah, he just rises up. He's got his little lunchbox in his hand here.
No, a part of me thinks King Corbin's gonna win. At the same time, They have not done a good job of building him as a main eventer as of late. I think you could have done it last year in 2019. I think that could have been a good time to put briefcase on Corbin.
Or maybe 2017 when he actually won it. 17?
Zander,
Yeah, 17.
Zander, you know, we couldn't hinder Jinder, Zander.
I know. I'm surprised Jinder Mahal's not in this ladder match. So, Aleister Black's your final pick?
I'm going to go with Aleister, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with AJ Styles because he's a last-minute replacement, and last-minute replacements always win. Plus, AJ versus Drew, yes, please. Okay.
And now we have the wild card.
The wild card prediction. I haven't told Ray what this is going to be, but I think he knows what it's going to be. And the question is, who is going to fall off of WWE HQ? Because in an interview recently, Becky Lynch mentioned she watched Vince McMahon demonstrate how to make it look like how to act like falling off the building. So that means someone's falling off the building. And my guess is King Corbin. Because who else could you do it with?
I'm going to be the one singing Burning My Light. We know it. So I'm just going to go with a ridiculous prediction.
Please say what I think.
Dolph Ziggler is standing at the end of the building taunting Otis.
Yes.
Otis runs
Yes.
He ducks it, and Otis falls off the building.
Yes, and Otis just keeps running. We have the little cartoon moment. He's running in the air. He looks around, blinks twice, holds up a yikes sign.
I can see it, though.
I can see it. You know what else I can see, though?
I see Dolph Ziggler tricking Otis into, like, falling off the building, and Mandy Rose is just, like, mortified, and that's why she doesn't win.
Although I will say, I actually really want to see this. Blampier and Luke Owen mentioned it in their podcast I was listening to this morning. They suggested that at some point in the match, Corbin runs into the elevator thinking, oh, I'm so smart. I'm going to get to the top. And then someone like Otis just runs in, runs their hand down, pushes all the buttons, and runs out. So Corbin, throughout the match, is just occasionally seen popping up on the floor and pushing the closed door button. Keep going up one floor at a time until he gets to the roof. I could totally see that.
From Elf.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, those are our Money in the Bank predictions. I need to remember to go change my prediction on Wrestle League to Braun Strowman. That way I'm in line with what I put here. And the winner will have this belt next time we're doing a predictions. And I mean, if I do somehow lose it to Ray, I'll just, like, in OBS put a picture of this over on his side of the screen. Because we're in quarantine and we're also across the country from one another right now. So. Also, can we acknowledge how bad the old NXT Championship looks?
I still have a soft spot for it.
Anyway, so with that all said, cheap plugs here. I'm Zander LS11. He's Breathing Nerddom.
Breathing Nerddom. So.
You might want to look at how you spelled it on your screen.
I know. I noticed. I didn't say anything.
Zander LS11, Breathing Nerddom. This is the LS11 Universe channel. Stay tuned. Universe will return in a couple days. I've just got to re-record a couple episodes because technical difficulties. And we'll be back with the Universe. Ray and I do podcasts over on Breathing Nerddom. I do Let's Plays of Nintendo and other games on Zander LS11. I've been Zander. He's been Ray. These were predictions.
Also, check out my MMA podcasts.
You should do that. Also, check out me on social media for Too Many Xander's Hardcore Championship nonsense. That's really fun. I fell into a pool fully clothed, dressed as Waluigi yesterday. It was great.
When it was like 50 degrees outside?
Exactly. All right, that's been predictions. Bye.
Bye.